Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have so much action with a very safe team. I believe that this team is gonna get not only neutral leads but also gonna put you in some very good scenarios most of the times in Open Great League, and we're gonna start off by commenting a little bit about the Oxys. So about this Pokemon, especially against the Pelipper here, you need to get a lot of times to the bait with the Psycho Boost, and then still you can guarantee the knockout with a Thunderbolt. But this opponent is expecting the Thunderbolt and they're trying to catch it on their Steelix, but we know much better. So also about the Oxys, you might want to run sometimes Rock Slide, but in general I found myself that having Thunderbolt over Rock Slide in combination with Psycho Boost gave me more options against the meta. So over here, as you can see, we can still push a lot that Steelix in doing some mistakes, and they're already down in 2 shields. You know what, I need to sacrifice a shield in the process as well, because I have a feeling that I can get there to the dig before they farm it down, and even though they can survive it, we can still farm down with my Sableye. I know this is just another breaking swipe, but we have to take it since now we're down to our last shield, and unfortunately for us they have a Pokemon like Lurantis. So with that debuff we're not looking that strong, and obviously here we need to get to the return for massive damage on that Pokemon. Another move is coming up, this time we cannot survive it or block it or whatever, so down we go. We have now 2 severely hurt Pokemon. I'm expecting here that Steelix to return, but I'm gonna see on the upper corner that they have that flying plus water type. Here comes Pelipper, boom, down it goes, and we're gonna take this victory eventually. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having kind of a very bad lead, actually the worst lead that you can get with a Deoxys up in front against a Sableye. So over here we're gonna take that foul play, and then they are gonna retreat, which is kind of a bummer, but still I do not like shielding at all my Sableye most of the times, because they want to throw their energy and then they can absolutely farm you down with the next Pokemon, which is this incident as well. So they have a Sandshrew from Alola on its Shadow form, and this Pokemon can learn the move Night Slash, which is pretty troublesome, and overall by seeing this Pokemon makes me think that at the back perhaps they have an Alola Sandslash as well. So I'm gonna go almost down here to those foul plays, so I need to respect the damage from the second one. Here it comes, we need to block, and right after I will go for the bait and the RLAs, I believe. So this will not finish off Sableye, but definitely gonna put them pretty low. They are gonna block, which is pretty great, and now on the switch we're meeting up with that Venusaur, and you know what, we can still reach to another RLAs to finish off this poor Venu. With that in mind now, we can definitely return into the battle with the Oxys, and I'm pretty sure they cannot charge up to a double Frenzy Plant. At this point all I want to do is to completely farm down this Pokemon, have the Thunderbolt ready to go for the Sableye, we can land it, down it goes, and we can take this victory against Melvin now, who is a long time subscriber of this channel, and we're having kind of an even lead scenario against their Lickitung. So Lickitung is definitely not gonna look that well for our counters, but still they have the leak damage, which is gonna make up for it to our psychic typing. You know what, this is still looking kinda good for us, because we can go for the Psycho Boost here and then switch out to my Gligar. I'm pretty sure that if they have a double ice backline, my Gligar will not be needed at all, so having those charms hit my Gligar are gonna be just fine for my Pokemon. So here comes now the RLAs, which is gonna take their first shield out of play, and now we have one more ready to go. Both of them shields are out of the way, and now we're gonna go down to that Weather Ball. It doesn't matter, still we can farm down with Sableye before they reach to the first charm, and right after we have the foul play to finish off almost that poor Lickitung. So at this point I made a mistake. Perhaps I could go ahead and shield, but here comes Power Whip, we are gonna take it, and now at the back they have Sableye. So yeah, by blocking there that Power Whip, perhaps we could have had a better outcome, but as it seems the battle is definitely not over yet. All we have to do here is to reach to the Psycho Boost. Can we do it, trainers? No, we cannot. Down we go. So yeah, now the battle is over, and you can make fun of me, but Melvin is an amazing trainer trainer, and I'm pretty glad that we lost to them. So into the next battle now, and we're having Medicham up in front. So this is kinda good for us, and after that Sableye lead, we need a break for sure. So Medicham is looking pretty strong for our backline, and actually no, not at all. We have 3 counters for that Medicham. So what am I talking about? We're looking pretty strong against Medicham. Overall, this team is gonna snipe Medicham, as it seems, now that I realize it. Anyways, now that Dig has gone through that Umbreon, I'm pretty sure that we can start baiting with those aerial aces, and perhaps we need to spend a second shield in the process. Yes, we have to do it because they're getting super low, and we definitely want them to believe that our final Pokemon is kinda weak to Medicham. To do so, we managed to get the switch here to that Frostlass, and of course we're gonna respond with our Sableye, which means that we can survive the move and still complete that farm down. I'm expecting the Medicham here to return in order to farm it down in the process, since they have the shield advantage, but not before we reach to our return. Massive damage to them, so they have to respect it and of course start blocking my moves. And now as soon as I get here to the Thunderbolt, I'm feeling very comfortable with that decision. So as it seems, my opponent decided to throw right when they reach their 6th counter, which means that perhaps we can catch here the next Ice Punch. And yes, we can, trainers. Absolutely awesome for us. I'm expecting their own turn now to switch, so I'm just gonna go for the crazy overfarm, and of course Umbreon is gonna come in at some point, and we're just gonna throw here the Thunderbolt for the block, and of course the Psycho Boost right after to guarantee the victory against a very skillful trainer. Into the next battle now, and we're having the Poliwrath. Okay, this Pokemon is pretty troublesome with its Shadow form, because even when they're throwing resisted counters, you can see that they're adding up over time. So even against my Deoxys, they can still have a chance if they want to, but by reaching here to the Psycho Boost makes me think that they're gonna take it, and of course we're gonna have kinda of a weird backline over here. So the fighter is out of the way, they have a Bastiodon, obviously there has to be a victory ball at the back, right? It is the same sim that we're gonna see all the time with those Grasshopps, a fighter plus Bastiodon plus a victory bell. So yeah, I'm just gonna expect it. Not mind reading here, but still we can expect and read some teams throughout their general positions. So victory bell now goes in, and of course we're gonna have the upper hand, because Gligar is definitely gonna have the upper hand against those Razor Leaves. Into the next one now, and as you can see here, I have horrible IVs throughout this entirety of this video, so you can do much better than me towards your end, especially if you have a little bit better IVs on your side. So at this point we're facing a Steelix up in front, and you might be wondering, okay Ganeto, this is a good lead, right? And yeah, it is not, because our charge attacks are not gonna do any damage at all at them, while those breaking swipes are still gonna add up in damage, and in combination with the Dragon Tails, they might be actually threatening to our Deoxys. So for that option, I decide to go ahead and switch out, clearing the first debuff from that breaking swipe, and then I have a very close battle, close matchup with my Sableye against that Steelix. Now with that in mind, we're having Psycho Boost to almost finish off their Gligar, and with Medicham at the back, I'm pretty glad that we have the best alignment ever, and we can get that victory. Into the final one with a mirror battle now, battlers, and let's see how this is gonna end, because we're having a very good backline against the Deoxys, and what I want to do here is to take the first move. They're gonna throw pretty much at the point that they're gonna reach the Thunderbolt, and I'm just gonna switch out then to my Sableye. So we're meeting up now with that Swampert, and this is looking pretty good for us, because not only we took the shield, but also we managed to push them for that energy spent, and with that in mind now, we can still reach to another foul play to either guarantee the knockout or push for the second shield. They decide to keep the shield, which is pretty great for them, but also I'm expecting now that Deoxys to return. Instead, they will throw Venusaur into the fight, which was not expected at all, and now I have Gligar ready to go, wreak some havoc against my opponent with those moves. So obviously we can survive pretty much whatever they throw here. Even another Psycho Boost at this point can easily be taken because of that crazy debuff that Deoxys is now having, and another one is coming off. This one is gonna do even less damage, so we can definitely survive and of course reach to that double aerial ace. All I want to do here is to push so much that we can push for the shield, and right after we can have the upper hand with our Deoxys. So the battle is definitely not over yet, but we still have a shield, they do not have a double frenzy plant, and of course a double psycho boost is coming off, so yeah, the battle is over. We're gonna take this victory to end this video, trainers, and that is gonna be a fantastic ending. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one.